Welcome back to Waves and Trails. My name is Chris, and today we're going to talk about sleeping pads. Now, your sleeping pad is one important piece of your sleeping kit, as well as your sleeping bag, which keeps you warm, and your sleeping pad keeps you comfortable. As you can see, I've gone through a couple sleeping pads and settled on this bad boy here, which is the ThermaRest Xtherm Max. Now, these guys I've picked up over the years, and I've suffered tremendously. These Klymits are okay, but I fall in love with this pad. And now I've learned the meaning of you buy once, you cry once. It is pricey, but it is well worth it. So here we have the infamous, for me infamous, Alps Mountaineering Featherlite, which is a massive, massive pad once packed up. And we're gonna go over the details once we blow them all up. Followed by the Klymit Static V2. It's a very popular pad. You can even see these things at Costco when I go there every so often. Amazon product, once again, you can find them at Amazon, Costco, other places. These guys run cold, obviously, so then we went to the Static Insulated, which is a large heavy bag pad, large heavy pad. So didn't like that insulation to weight ratio, and finally bit the bullet and got the ThermaRest Xtherm. Like I said, 4 different pads. These guys roughly equate the price of this guy here. See, it sucks, it doesn't stand up. What we're gonna do is go ahead and blow them up, and through the magic of video editing, we're gonna jump right through it to now. That was a lot of work. Okay, so we're gonna knock all these down and go over them individually. This is the Alps Mountaineering Featherlite. It took the longest to inflate. I did with fresh lungs, actually the first one I inflated because I've done this before a couple times, and this one takes the longest, and it was 1 minute and 40 seconds sitting down as fast as I can inflate it without passing out. This is actually my first sleeping pad, and I only used it a couple of times before I moved on to something else. As a sleeping pad, it weighs 1 pound, 6 ounces with an R value of 1, so it's basically nothing. It has this weird foam pump in the rear, see that here, which doesn't allow it to fold more than halfway, and after a while this foam pump hurts your wrist. Or you can inflate it with the secured valve up here, just a traditional screw valve. Like I said, this is my first sleeping pad. It's not comfortable. It's not the worst, it's not that comfortable. It's only 18 inches wide by 68 inches long. It's like this rubbery material. They don't even say what it is on the website. It doesn't say if it's polyester or nylon. These things typically go for about $55. Like I said, 1 pound, 6 ounces, R value of 1, and for $55, it's not bad, it's not comfortable. I quickly got rid of this and moved on to the Klymit. So the next one, hopefully it doesn't knock down my camera. This is the Klymit Static V2. It's a very popular sleeping pad, and it's very affordable. I mean, it's $45 on Amazon. You can find it at Costco, like I said. Very, very popular. And very, very sturdy. It's a 70D polyester, which means it is sturdy. What I don't like about this is that these baffles, I feel, don't give you the full 2.5 inch depth. I mean, it's a very unique design. I don't know how or why they did this, but these baffles to me seem to allow more air in. It's a cold running sleeping pad, even though it's an R1.3. It comes in at 1 pound. 1 pound and R 1.3. They do have what I think is the Achilles heel, this kind of pull twist valve. I've gone many nights having to refill this sleeping pad because I don't think this valve effectively seals. But it's a decent sleeping pad. It's small, packs small, 8 inches by 3 inches. You saw it in earlier in the video. It packs down small. It's a good sleeping pad. It's just, it sleeps cold. Now, I'm not a big fan of this V cut. I'm a side sleeper myself, so I feel like I really need to fill up a lot, and then I get some leaks, and you wake up in the middle of the night and your side is hitting the ground and you have to go ahead and reinflate it. I don't like it. It was a cold sleeping pad for me, so I did try the insulated version, which is next. Oh, this took 45 seconds to inflate. I did this immediately after the Alps Mountaineering one, which took almost 2 minutes. So quick inflating, pack small, lightweight, affordable, but does run a little cold. Like I said, R1.3. So So this is the insulated version of the Static V. Once again, it has these V grooves, these V baffles. It's an R4.4. It comes in at 24 ounces, constructed of a 70D nylon on both sides. The same composition, both sides. It's a durable sleeping pad, but it does have this weakness of this twist lock valve that I find leaks on the V2. It's leaked on me on this one. I've used this for about 1.5 years, and with the leaking and kind of hitting my sides, my hips, my shoulders on the ground in the middle of the night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., whenever. It's not my favorite pad, so that's why I went ahead and looked to find something a little bit better. Oh, and this took 36 seconds to inflate. That was immediately after the Static V2. So my lungs got a chance to kind of go ahead and relax from that 2-minute Alps Mountaineering Featherlite. And finally, the ThermaRest Xtherm Max. Now there's a Max and there's a regular. The regular is more of a mummy shape, but I'm a side sleeper. I wanted to go for a full square cut. This is the 20-inch wide version. They make a 24-inch version, which I'm probably going to get as well. So this is by far my favorite sleeping pad. Let's go over some of the features. 1 pound, 1 ounce, R6.9. 1 pound, 1 ounce, R6.9. That's a hell of a difference between those pads. 1 pound V2 static, R1. 1 pound, 1 ounce, R6.9. It doesn't get any warmer than that. I've been out there below freezing with just a 30-degree bag and some thermos, and I do not get cold sleeping on this pad at all. Have not. Been out there 10,000 feet deer hunting in late September. Wake up to a little bit of snow and frost. Have not gotten cold. 2.5-inch thickness. So even in my hands sitting here, I feel the heat radiating back. Now, this is 70D nylon on the bottom, 30D nylon on the top, both ripstop. There is a slight insulating factor that some people think is a little noisy. We'll go over that later. The newer models have a different valve. This is a screw down tight, airtight valve. Never had a leak. Never had a leak. The new one, like I said, it's kind of a wing nut that allows it to deflate quicker. It's a little extra, it costs a little bit more. I don't know if that's the route you need. For me, just go ahead, deflate it while you're breaking down camp, let it air out, and then obviously roll it up. These are made in the United States, of course with globally sourced materials, but made in the good old US of A. One of the cons, or there's two cons about this sleeping pad. One is the price. These currently run about, right now, $220 for the Max regular width, the 20-inch width. The slightly larger version, 24, gives you a couple more ounces. I think it's about 8 more ounces, but it's 4 more inches in width in case you're a back sleeper, stomach sleeper, I'm a side sleeper, so 20 inches is okay. I think I would definitely go for the 24. And they say it's a little noisy. There's like this insulating material, and after a little bit, once we get done with all this, I'll go ahead and take the lapel mic off and see if you guys can hear that. The other pads are silent. This has never bothered me. Being out there in the woods, when you toss and turn, you're usually awake as well. I don't feel like this little crinkling sound bothers me, but by far my favorite sleeping pad. The reviews are great. The durability of this is great. I go ahead and I throw it on my tent. I don't have anything underneath, and it's been an absolute wonder. I've used this for about 1 year now. I think I got it right around August, so almost 1 year, and it's been phenomenal. Some of my earlier videos, you might see that I had a aluminum foil 1.5 millimeter foam pad just to radiate some heat back up from using those pads. Don't have to do this with this guy. And like I said, I can feel the heat radiating back. 2.5 inches, and my hips, my shoulders, my sides don't touch the tent floor at all. Just a great pad. This is the only color it comes in. I don't know if you can hear that crinkling. And And right after this, we'll go ahead and get the pads together and do kind of a audio test with the pads so you can go ahead and hear that. Is it loud? You be the judge. Awesome, awesome pad. Compared to those guys, like I said, buy once, cry once. All right, let's go ahead and do the audio test. Making videos is hard work. All right, I have the D3 shotgun mic, and what we're gonna do is go ahead and do just kind of a sound test on these pads to see how they compare, and whether or not that sound, the crinkling Xtherm, is a deal breaker for you. This is the Alps Mountaineering Featherlite. The Static V2. The Static Insulated. And finally the Xtherm. I want to do my hand test with all of them. All right, there you have it, everyone. Alps Mountaineering Featherlite, R1, 1 pound, 6 ounces, 2 minutes to inflate, and this kind of plasticky rain jacket material that stretches in the middle of the night, has that weird foam pump. Decent valve. The valve never leaked, but the foam pump sometimes did. I don't like it. Over to the V2 by Klymit. Good, well priced, about $45. Sleeping pad. R1.3, not much. Lightweight, 1 pound. Pack small, 8 inches by 3 inches. Leaky valve. Didn't like the valve. Followed by its brother over here, the Insulated V, R4.6, which is an improvement, 24 ounces. That's a lot. And a chunky 8 by 5 inch platform when packed up. And then finally, the ThermaRest Xtherm Max. 1 pound, 1 ounce. R6.9. I mean, that's just a heating pad out there in the wilderness. And I mean, I don't hit the bottom. I don't hit the floor. It does have that one Achilles heel that some people complain about. It's what's like a paper chip bag, almost like a Mylar feeling. But when you're out there, you want to stay comfortable. You want to stay warm. This pad will help you do it. All right, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Click over here to see more, and I'll see you guys next time.